Okay, good evening everybody. Welcome to Plans B Planning Committee meeting, Thursday the 6th of October. Before I start, can I remind everybody that this is recorded and it will be on the internet in the next 48 hours for anybody who wants to see. I haven't got to tell anybody about the emergency exits because we haven't got any other visitors.
While you're on the recording, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Would it be an idea, considering that we've been recorded, that we had our plates signalled? So that people know who we are.
You want our name tags?
We've never done before.
Well, we have all the name tags up here anyway, but you want them in the future?
I was asking a question. Obviously, I've got opposition from across the floor, and I'm quite easy with it. Something that occurred to me before is you look at it, you go in, you look at it, you don't actually know who's speaking unless you bother to do
When
research.
the cameras will actually pick those.
That's right.
That's a valid point.
Yeah,
okay, fine. I'll withdraw. Carry on.
Can I just say that when there's members of the public here, I know in Plans A we normally introduce ourselves to the members of the public, and they go around the table and introduce themselves, and that might be an idea you might want to.
Well, certainly I always do at the beginning. I always got to introduce myself to the others, and I'm very happy to do in the future. Yes. Point taken.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Right, we'll go straight away on. Apologies for absence. We have not. We're all here. Thank you very much. Any declarations of interest?
Yes. Items 1 and 2 on the agenda. 1977, 1984, pre-prejudice, former employer, and I was asked for advice, so I'll withdraw on those two.
Oh, this is the convenience store down.
It is the 107 to 109.
Yeah, on the front. Yeah, okay. Yep. Thank you. Accepted. Noted. Right. I'm going to sign the minutes of the meeting held on the 6th of September. Everybody's had them circulated? Yes. Everybody happy with them? Mm-hmm. Nothing strange or startling to it? No. Thank you very much. It was a long meeting. Yeah. Do we have any public questions?
None of
In accordance with our standing orders? So move straight away on to applications. Oh dear. Page. Councillor Campbell's already said he's got an interest in this, so he will be making comments.
Are you happy for me to stay? Or
I'm happy to stay. It's not controversial. I'm going to take them both together. I'm going to take 5 2016 1977 and 5 2016 1984. It's the same property. The first application is for the installation of 2 air conditioning units. One is retrospective. Those of you who know this committee know that I'm always anti-retrospective, but so be it. And the other one is to have 2 externally illuminated fascia signs and 1 internally illuminated projecting sign. Part retention. I presume that means there's already part there. Part retention, does that mean that it's already one in existence? I'm no expert on signs and what we have. I know that externally illuminated are not very well gone down. Is this actually a conservation area?
No.
It's not as such. No, Becky. I know conservation area we don't allow externally illuminated. And I do think what the officers said, the size and the design, and I don't like the colour personally, is quite something on the second application. Air conditioning units, nobody's objected to them, neighbours or otherwise, but the so open to meeting. Anybody would like to make comments?
Yeah.
Well, Georgie.
I want to ask a point of order question as well as comments. So, is there a difference between externally illuminated to externally lit?
Externally illuminated is outside the spotlight shining down onto it.
Because I thought that was what we did allow. Like I thought it was
to a certain size.
Okay. So I just wanted to check that. I think the officer has got it quite right. I agree with the comments there.
What, regarding size?
Regarding size and design of the advertisement.
But I was going to say, well, first of all, I think the first one's spot on, with about the air conditioning, and the other one, I think the comments were reasonable to me.
So, with what we said, we're concerned regarding the size and the design with the colour, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't need to be that.
And it doesn't need to be that big, and it just isn't very well designed. It doesn't look. It's
probably this is too much. Too much.
I mean, considering you're going to, as you come up Station Road, the first that's going to get you as you come to the bridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going towards the bridge.
I think that it's. I know it's a matter of personal taste as well when it comes to these things. But I think, especially around the area, as it's quite close to the park, I feel like this would be something that's probably more in keeping with an urban city centre or urban area rather than by green and common spaces, and where it would be better suited to fit in. So if it was green and white, that might not be quite so bad.
It is also opposite a pub, which has had a few problems with applications, hasn't it, over and over again. But they've really, stepped down on them what they would allow them to do. So I think, although I'm not an expert on signs, my own personal thoughts were, as the officer said, I'm happy with what we've put. Okay. Yeah. Right. Good. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Welcome back. So, Councillor.
Thank you.
Right, next one, 2016-2764, single-storey front extension, repositioning main entrance and replacement roof over garage for 11 Andover Close. I can't see any problem with this, replacing a roof. And single-storey front, nobody's objected. Anybody like anything else?
No, so I've just left a little fan on that one.
They're going to be having 2 parking spaces, the same as previous, so just readjusting things.
you want to make any comments?
I'm fine. Think what I think.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Thank
okay.
you very much. Well done. Five 2016-2788, single-storey rear extension, first floor side extension, extension to existing habitable loft space, including raising of side roof heights with front dormer window and rear roof lights at 2 Nalbeck Close.
Is there a problem?
Sorry, please.
No, more yours.
A problem with when you look at parking at this property, because if it's going into habitable loft space, does that mean that there might be an extra usable room that could be used as a bedroom?
Oh, it's got bedroom, yes. It becomes bedroom 5, that first one, and before it's got 3 bedrooms. Oh, no, 4 bedrooms. It's already got 4 bedrooms, so it's adding a 5th bedroom.
Yeah, they're already in the loft space already.
Yes.
And has it got
So they're just
space?
making-
Have we got?
It's only got space for 2 in the front. This is a photograph of 2
Oh,
in
yeah.
Nalbeck
Mm.
Close.
Yeah.
I thought that this is top one. I thought that the modification itself looked good on the street scene. Didn't see any problem with that whatsoever. But it has only got 2 spaces here, and it is limited parking from the road because it's a private. It's got gates across the top. You can walk in through the side gates,
Right.
and so it's got limited parking within. It's like a small development of this sort of.
So, are we saying that we're happy with no objection provided no loss of limit to the neighbouring properties, but concerned
About
the
parking.
lack of
Yeah.
parking provision
Yes.
Yes,
for
agree with
the
that.
extra bedroom?
Yes.
Yes, I
Is that
agree.
okay to add that to your? I mean, again, nobody's objective, but on the other hand, we have to
Yes.
think.
I mean, I guess that's the garage itself forms another space, theoretically, so they're not getting any of that.
It depends whether the garage is being used as a garage
Yes. Or being converted, yes.
It's not being converted.
So there's 3
No,
spaces.
it's just whether the garage is already full of.
No, it's still left as a garage being proposed, you
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
it's still a garage.
So, but it still should have, for 5 bedrooms, it should have 3 confirmed flashes, 3 point something, isn't it? 3 and a bit.
It's only got 3.0.
Yes, if the garage is used as a
If the
garage.
garage is used as a garage, yes.
We can raise,
So,
well, the officers and St Albans obviously could go into it and have a look and see whether the garage was actually being used as a garage.
Because the problem we have to think about is not just the people who live in the development now, it's also the
In the future.
people who might live in the future. In the
Absolutely,
future.
no, I agree. Future occupiers. Right. This is the Jensen Road one. I don't know whether we managed to find out anything more from. Oh no, this is the amendment to Jensen Road, because I've raised a query on another one. Alterations to plot 4, incorporating reposition of the garage, insertion of roof lights, and alterations to openings to planning permission. I mean, this development's been so controversial for so many years, but
Yeah, these amendments were very, very minimal.
plot 4, it's the repositioning of the garage.
Yeah, I think they just might have taken, so what, the amendments are sort of in yellow,
Right.
where they just sort of made minor changes to the windows, which I don't have too much of an issue with. You can see there, there's amendments on the plan, and I think they just slightly twisted the garage round to make it run more in line with the driveway.
Right.
So there wasn't anything major going on. They've added roof lights in the roof plan.
Right, and how many parking spaces has it got? Because this actually means the roof is, it's got 5 centuries.
Yeah, I visited the place, but it's difficult because you can't make an assessment of something that isn't built.
Bedroom, not bedroom, bedroom.
Okay, plot 4 is this one. Oh, here it is, yeah, plot 4 is this one on the
No,
column
I think
here.
they have any bedrooms, I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a plan view of this actually, which is showing plot 4 is here.
Yeah.
Here's Jameson Road here, which goes round the bend.
Right.
And there's their repositioned garage, okay? But the actual, there is some parking, street parking on Jameson Road. It isn't,
At the moment.
yeah, at the moment.
But it could be a CBZ at any time.
It could be. I mean, when I visited, obviously it wasn't known when people were coming home from work.
Right.
So, it is. Well, I guess one could argue though that it's got the same parking as it had before when they applied for these WADs qualifications, isn't it, really? So it's already received planning permission, I would say.
Oh yes, it was more.
Yeah. So it's really whether the modifications have.
I was trying to work out if they actually add another room into the roof.
Oh, I'm with you.
I don't
That's
think
a good point.
have any specified roof line.
Yeah, but not to make the roof bigger to put another room in.
No,
No, that's correct because
did they make maintenance there? Well, that was the original storage and this is the storage.
That's suspicious because
Yeah.
it's storage. It add another bedroom into there. But anyway, we can't do that anyway. So it's.
I think it's more of a shame that the development is still rather than
Well, there's just a house too many on the site. That's what we got.
yes.
Comes to planning all twice, and twice we all said four houses maximum, and it went to appeal and got 5. So
But it was done. Why did it there? This is over there.
it was moved in near a bit.
Oh yes, the roof was down, wasn't they? Yeah, the roof was
Yeah,
down.
Interesting. Okay, unfortunately we have no power to do a lot about it.
Yep.
We don't. Right, that takes a page, a bit. 5/2016 to 665. No, we don't get involved in that. That application has already been approved by the district council. Sorry.
Did they go to the other committee? Is there a reason why, or is it just going approved it really quickly?
They just approved it very quickly. With non-material amendments, some of them, it's down to the district council as to whether they
We
feel
wouldn't
that...
have commented on this any...
Some we do and some we don't. It's down to the district council as to whether they feel that they're worthwhile sending them through to us, and they obviously made the decision that this one they wanted
Oh no,
to
I just... That's fine.
allow through.
Next one, applications withdrawn.
Yep.
Next one, 5/2016 2395. Advertising consent to externally illuminated and non-illuminated fascia signs at own house. I don't actually know why they need externally illuminated signs, but I know, and I like what we said. It's great to listed. We need the conservation officer on it to see whether she approves or he, whether she approves of that being put on a grade 2 listed building. Don't worry about that.
They have had
They've had the
previous
name
one,
there, yeah.
and they've had the lights before.
These are very... I'm not too... I think there was very... I don't know.
So these are the previous
Yeah.
ones, so they have had them before, but they're,
But I
so
think
they're changing the signs around.
I think we need a bit of guidance, because that looks quite bright compared to... So,
I quite like the colours though. Quite like the
yeah,
design.
I like the colours, but it's whether these are more powerful lights and more.
I agree with what the officer was saying.
I think we need a bit of guidance on this one. Next one, 2016. 256A, new front garden wall with brick piers, water-line railings and timber gates, 34 Park Avenue North. I mean, it's going through a major reconstruction anyway, so it's a new house, so I don't see any reason, as long as the design of the materials are approved against conservation area. Are we all happy with that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an improvement, to be honest. There's quite that they're showing sort of like different ones in the area of various designs, and I think
It's just good. Next one, we don't need to, is discharge of condition, so we don't need to worry about that. Right, the next one is 5/2016-2799, change of use of the post office. We've already discussed this, and they made I checked with them this afternoon, they made a mistake on the wording and the classes, so they had to put the application in to comply with it. We already put down last time, we were worried about extractor fans and...
Yes, yeah, we consider
so she just repeats what we said before.
Yes, perfect.
And that one became plain as to why it was just a change of use rather than full application. It's because it's by the developer as well.
Yeah, I mean, Oakbridge developed flats
So
upstairs, so Oakbridge are doing downstairs.
Yeah.
So I presume if he's the same person, he'll look after his the tenants or the people who bought the flats upstairs.
Oh, yes, please.
Right, next one, 5/2016-2801, single-storey front extension featuring new porch, top single, top two-storey rear extension with roof lights, first floor side extension with front dormer, ground floor roof conversion from flat to pitch roof, and alterations to openings, thank you, following removal of one chimney stack, 21 Barnes Dean. I couldn't get around the back of this, so I couldn't really see what it was doing. It's quite dramatic, but...
Yeah, can I just say? I looked at this and I thought that all I could think of was this, well, consider really was this front thing, the street scene. And I felt that it looked all right, and it wouldn't impact the property to the right, because they had those side windows, and there was a good space between the properties.
Is that finished now then, the one to the right? Because that's all I got.
Yeah, that's finished to the right. It
That's
is.
what I got on Google. It's not.
It looks quite nice. They all look nice down Barnes.
Do they?
Doesn't
Yeah.
appear to be able
So,
to keep it.
I thought actually it enhanced the property. I think what they were doing was quite good.
I mean, the neighbours haven't objected, so I'm tempted to say exactly what we've said on many occasions. As long as the neighbours are happy with it, you know, and St Albans will decide whether it's overdevelopment or not.
Yeah, I mean, it looks as though there's plenty of parking here as well. Because I think that they've added another. I think they've added another bedroom. I'm not sure. There's plenty of parking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 seconds?
Yeah, 5 bedrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 bedrooms.
Is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's, my plan's not very good, you know, copy, but each of them's got an ensuite, you see. 1, 2, 3,
I've got 5, but I don't know.
I don't know if I'm counting it wrong, but I don't think it really...
No.
I'm not sure how many There's lots of car parking spaces.
There
Okay.
is,
Right, next one, provision for tree planting. We don't get involved in that. St John Law School. Right, next one. 2016 2821, two-storey side rear extension, 17 Manland Avenue.
this one. I wasn't sure if this was overdevelopment or just like this comment really. Two-storey side and rear extension. It's going from 5 to 6 bedrooms. I felt that the parking was okay. I couldn't see a detrimental effect on the neighbouring properties. I just wondered whether it was. It looked like it was larger than the original size of the house, but I'm not sure. So, I just wanted to comment.
Can I just show this photo? Because this is the photo of that property, and like even this property here, it's got a side window there, but I felt actually that if they did what they're doing, which is drawing over here, that would I thought that would be okay, but I guess it should be subject to no loss of amenity to these people. But looking at the picture, apart from it's difficult to tell really. I didn't count it. I think it's probably 3 is what we've got there, and then the street parking.
They've got quite a lot because it goes all the way around. If you look where,
Maybe if I should be looking at the plan view again.
because they've got it's got quite a large drive,
Yes, I suppose it could be widened anyway.
and it seems to go around.
Yeah.
My thing about this is that, and I know this isn't I don't know if it comes on the street in this, but it's such a pretty house now, and with the way that it's currently centred, so the middle is where the gable is. I think it's almost a bit of a shame to.
Well, if you look at the reason why it was refused in 2006, I realise the world's changed in the past 10 years. St Albans refused an application for a similar thing there, because they said that the development proposed would adversely affect the amenity of the occupiers of the adjoining property and the close proximity to common boundary. And they said that it could, because of the drop in levels from 17 to 19, it could affect their amenity. So I do think we have to say subject to.
No, I agree with that. You wonder if they knew that there was an application for a similar thing.
Well, I don't know. Unfortunately, it's on the internet, but it depends whether they actually pick it up. You know, but if the way that it was written in 2006, the application, I had a quick look online this afternoon. It's similar because they've done various little bits. They did a bit more in 2006 and they did more in 2008, and this now would be what they were trying. After this, it would be what they were trying to achieve in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think St Albans needs to say it's a step too far, or it's difficult for us to refuse it. But on the other hand, we have to raise on its effect on number 19.
Yeah. So do we want to also add there's a concern over overdevelopment?
What do you think?
I don't think it's I don't feel it's overdevelopment because I think there is space there, and it is kind of, if you look at where the lines are on the plot, it just takes it to both sides.
It's just they're using the maximum rather than...
They're using the maximum, but it's just on number 9, on this side, and number 19, there's a bit
Oh, the extension on the other side, is it? So,
yeah,
No, it's the other side.
Sorry, all right, so it's the effect on number 7, this is number 17, number 15.
which is actually closer than 19 was.
Well, we just put adjoining properties.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I think it is. I'm putting adjoining. case it's affecting the view from 19. We can't see the side windows either.
Yes.
So,
I think it might come out a bit further than the garage as well.
it does seem to stick out further.
Yeah.
Because if it was just the garage and it was just making it still a story,
Probably unbalances.
but
So are you just expressing concern regarding the effects on
Adjoining properties. Yeah.
I'm tempted to say street scene, I mean, picking up
Yeah,
on unbalance that house, and it does affect the street scene.
Yeah.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, and the effect on the street. Yes, very happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Yes, happy to know that too. I mean, it does look, then we've looked at, it does look like we've considered it in respect of we've raised questions. If it then gets approved, well, we couldn't do any more from our side of the...
Oh, there are absolutely no grounds there for refusal,
we're just raising the...
from our point of view.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got all points we don't need to worry about. Lift conversion. Juliet Valkyrie. No need to worry about application withdrawn, the next one. Discharge of conviction. 2016-2838, we don't need to worry about that, it's discharge of conditions. Right, this one, 2016-2825, back to Jameson Road again. If you look down the list here, you've got discharge of conditions, sample of materials, hard and soft landscaping, and it came to one of them was refuse storage. All right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, I remember this when it came to plans before, and they said that provisions have been made, because the refuse vehicle cannot reverse down this road, it cannot turn, I don't believe it can turn around. Okay? So they said they were putting provision for it at the entrance, which meant that everybody's got a wheel there, wheelie bins to the entrance. So my question was, there's 5 houses, 3 bins on a Monday, we get, that's 15 vehicles. Where was the provision for it? And I couldn't find it on the application.
And I can't find it. I've got plans here, which is application. I can't see anything from there. And there was one plan that I couldn't actually print out. It was early morning.
So, can we, although we don't normally make conditions on that, can we please ask for confirmation of what provision has been made for refuse storage and leaf collection? I think we will be doing a disservice to the rest of Jameson Road if they're going to have 15 bins, which you can't always guarantee somebody's going to take them all immediately in. They could be there all day outside your house.
And also, there's the other thing is that people might not think that, there needs to be an awareness thing of people when they move into these houses, because they're likely not to know what the planning restrictions were, so they'll just put them outside their house, and so it might end up being that for the first week that it happens, then all the bin men get really annoyed because all the bins happen up the road, and do all the bin men know that this is an issue and they shouldn't go down there, and that needs to then be on the route map for the drivers, because I can foresee. Because they don't know, people are going to go down, aren't they? I think that's
this size of houses have big bins.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing is, they're asking for discharge of the conditions,
But
and they haven't done that one. They haven't done it. There's no details. I've read all the paperwork that's with it. There's no details. Lynn has done likewise.
Okay, our consideration is they have not discharged
The conditions, as far as I can see, unless there's a document missing. But I do think are you happy to
so
reiterate?
what would you like me to say? For confirmation or provision?
Condition 9.
Yeah, got that.
We want further details of the storage of leaf collection of refuse.
Especially
Provision for the storage and collection of refuse.
Could we say something just because just so it is possibly flexible, make it a bit more
Rather
strongly
than just nod
worded.
it through, which we normally do.
Yeah,
It's just that one.
Can we say something like, especially in light to concerns about vehicles
Well, that is on the plans. See, unfortunately, we didn't design this plan, it was designed by the inspector. If you read the inspector's report, which granted it, he said the builder had assured them that provision was being made for refuse collection. Now, to begin with, they said they were going to have a private company come and do it. In which case, there's a private company coming. Why have they put this in here?
Yeah.
They said they were sorting it out. But I mean, unfortunately, private companies go bust and what have you. And what do we do? Unfortunately, we're responsible for
Absolutely.
refuse. So it's
We can't decline to collect.
yeah, I think it is just from anyway. So if you're happy to put that, we want condition 9 has not been answered, as far as has not been discharged, has not been explained.
If you move into a brand new house, and then you're like, well, why am I paying council tax and the district council isn't picking up my rubbish and I'm having to pay extra?
They don't really, they can't. You see, I looked tonight, I looked up something, bin lorries are not allowed to reverse down roads. They're not meant to, because they have to two men behind them, one on each side. And the thing is, it's a private road. It's not going to be adopted by the county council as far as I know. So therefore, you can't stop the parking, you can't put your lines down it. So people park on both sides, you're not going to reverse the vehicle down anyway.
Well, there again, if it's on private land, we're not involved in the reversing other from the Alan's and all the district council's policies on reversing vehicles.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, we don't need to go there.
No. It was just an interesting one, that was. I couldn't. I don't knew quite a lot about it.
Doesn't sound like a fire engine.
Oh yeah. Yes, Rod. I remember your report.
Yeah, I remember.
One day.
It's out of our hands.
We haven't got a good dwell on that one. Right. Over the next one. 5716 2852. New pitched roof over existing flat roof on front garage. 2 wells close. Again, I like what we said. I don't think we need to worry.
Yeah, this is a photo of Wells Close. I'm not sure if it was this one or there's so much foliage here, but it wouldn't affect the street scene, is what I thought. But there was a point here about parking, because I think that, well, okay, this is just doing with ditch roof, so that...
Yes, it's not actually taking anything away. It doesn't take the converters the garage into...
Yeah, so I didn't see any problem with this one.
No, so... Next one, 5016-2733, construction of a double timber garage. This was the one that I relied on Councillor Cooley to work out where it was, because I couldn't...
Well, I couldn't find it actually as well. Yeah, I saw it on...
I didn't actually get up there and have a look, but...
No, it wasn't.
I mean, the big plots is not on the road.
Yeah. The garage, I think, is shown here on the plan. I think that's what it is.
I mean, I would have been very anti if it had been anything other than wood.
I couldn't find it on. All I could find was a picture of the brown garage.
I don't have a problem with it, because I think the site's large enough and...
I mean, going along Ramwood Lane or Ramwood Road, there's several houses have put garages in the front garden. It seems to be the new, as long as they're built with the right materials, and not too...
Yes.
I'm not too...
On big plots, I don't think... As long as it's used as a garage.
Yes, that's right, yes.
And not become a gym or a...
That is the slight problem.
Mm.
Given this one, the wooden construction does indicate that it's going to be used in that direction, in the direction of a garage, right?
Yes. Yeah. So,
I don't have any.
subject to the correct materials being used,
Yeah.
not painted red or
Right.
it should be. I mean, is that all right with you? Subject to.
Okay.
So big.
Not one decision.
No, well, no. It's just, we have to make a comment, but, right, we can use the page. Probably doesn't get up again.
Oh dear. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Right.
Right.
Okay, so that was no objection?
No objection, subject to.
No disagreement.
Right, price 2016-2826. Two-storey front extension and additional side dormer windows and roof lights, 50 Oakfield Road. Again, nobody's made a comment on either side.
I was going to say, I thought that, if I understood the plans correctly, I understand right then that they're moving this way, is that right? I understood this.
Yes, so, yeah, front extension, moving, doing it to the front. They're right at the end of the road, I believe, yeah?
Yes, that's right, I've been down this road.
Yeah,
And
right at the end.
I don't see any problem on the street scene
No.
on this road. But I'm worried about whether they were doing anything that might obstruct these people in the Hammonds.
Oh, does that make sense?
And I think that's number one. You see, so you see they're filling in there, although that looks like a garage there, so
Was there anything
making a
in,
difference.
I can't remember, I think there was like Hitchrow or anything there. Was it there? Was there any?
I think it, no, I don't think it was blocked off. I seem to recall that, I mean, this was all pretty open up to there. There's a bit of a hedge growth, undergrowth here. And because I didn't have enough time to drive round to the Hammonds to look
I
from the
kept
other
thinking I was
side.
in the wrong place and it kept taking me back to it.
Yeah.
Google.
So as far as this road, Oakfield Road goes, I didn't see a problem with it. It was only whether there wasn't, so we could say subject to the officer.
Subject to
Yeah,
possibilities to
because
adjoining property.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was a fair distance there.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
right,
kept
it's a fair
looking at it
distance.
thinking,
Yeah.
and I was umming and ahhing.
I'd say that we would need to specify that it's actually the one in Hammond's End, but rather than
That's right, Hammonds.
just adjacent property.
Well, adjacent properties covers us, right, so rather than saying adjoining, adjacent.
Yeah.
So adjacent, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put neighbour in.
Adjacent rather than adjoining, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Adjacent. From the opposite.
So I think that'll be possible. I'm sure that's the garage there on this one, so probably there won't be any.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it is.
It would stop there and ever be able to convert the garage into an extension on the.
Yeah.
Okay. Price 2016-2828, part single, part two-storey rear extension, alterations to openings, addition of a new parking space, where can we see that? And widening of vehicle crossover at 86A Travels Road. I mean, this conservation area, this parking is impossible. So,
Great news that we're getting, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
actually, thinking of, you could find somebody to park the car. So, I mean, we can't get round the back, so I can't see where it's going to overlook from the rear.
No, and they're all extended.
They're all, everything comes over extended, yes. Well, they can't go sideways,
No.
so they've got to go back, but I think the next door one has, if I remember rightly anyway, isn't it? This is 86A.
And really weird boundary lines through the outside. I thought, oh, they're going right on this side, but it's actually boundary lines.
Well,
Which is a bit...
Because obviously 86A must have been an additional house sometime
It's
in
squeezing.
86. Must have been a gap.
mm.
But neither neighbours objected, so
Yeah.
I like what we've said, provided there's lots of the usual.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
yep, I'm happy with what we've done there, thank you very much. Right, 5/2016, 2522, extensions to roof and change of use of garage to residential to create a one-bedroom dwelling. I like what we've said. I think we should recommend refusing this. This is the little cottage that continually gets flooded across the road behind the...
Is it that property?
Yeah, it is. That's where they're coming to live.
Yes, and a big part, Mr. Chairman, I made that assumption.
Yeah.
It's not 132 South Down Road, it's the hardware store.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
So the other is, I made that assumption.
It's got
That's why I commented when we first came in, I'm surprised somebody's not here. This is the hardware store, and it's behind the hardware store.
That's right.
I fell into the trap, you're forgiven.
That photo is behind the hardware store.
My apologies. Yes, I looked at it. It's 2 South Down Road. Gosh.
Is it conservation area, the down the bottom? I didn't realise that the South Down shops were conservation. I've learned something else out of this one.
My apologies.
Well, Chairman, I fell right into it.
Yes.
Hang on a minute, that can't be 132.
No. I just think, again, what we've said, we shouldn't be converting garage into a one-bedroom dwelling.
It's all said there, there's no amenity or anything like that. It's right on the co-op car park. Sorry, not the co-op. It's car park.
Yeah.
Right on the co-op car park. It's just totally inappropriate for a dwelling.
This is no.
So what? Like,
Also, if you have a dwelling,
Speechless.
at some stage there might be
why
a
do you want to
child.
buy that?
There might be a child in it at some stage, so it's
Yeah.
not really suitable for children.
No.
No. I think it's inappropriate development. Exactly. I think you've written it perfectly.
Yep.
Yes.
It's strange how you can be led by a name, though, isn't it?
Yeah, good. I even discussed with somebody who should declare interest, because I knew him a few years ago. Right, 5/2016, 2807, single-storey rear extension at 1 Benjamin Close. This has got a long history, isn't it? Gosh. The application was done in 2010.
It's quite funny when you get ones like this because it's set to be long and then it's a little extension.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not anti what they're doing. Again, subject to no lack of amenities to.
Yeah, it's got 3 roof lights on the roof.
But again, nobody's made a comment.
No.
That's believe it or not. How much good time? Let's look for the rest of the agenda. Do we have any letter protection?
We have none, Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We've got one appeal for 40 Springfield Crescent. Is that with the planning officer?
Yes, that came through, and it would have been emailed through to all council.
Yeah, I'm sure I looked at it on the Do we have any prior notifications or anything?
Yep,
coming?
so on pages 25 and 26 of the agenda and
Good.
meeting.
Second times to come.
Mhm.
And then we've got the other list of weekly decisions, application for tree works. And the next meeting, Thames North, is on Monday the 17th of October. And the next meeting for Thames A will be on Tuesday the 18th. I'm presuming David's willing to spend it, Councillor Williams. If not, I will stand back. And that, believe it or not, concludes the evening's event. Thank you so much.